If you can avoid these 10 mistakes, you can make an extra $10,000 to $100,000 a year with Amazon FBA. My name is Travis Marziani. I'm a 7-figure Amazon FBA seller, and I've been selling on Amazon for over 7 years, and I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of mistakes. So hit the like button, because in this video, I'm gonna be sharing all the mistakes that I've made and all the mistakes that my students have made. And by watching this video till the end, it's gonna save you tens of thousands of dollars. The number one mistake that new Amazon sellers make, and the mistake that costs people the most money, is waiting. Most people are stuck in analysis paralysis. But the thing with Amazon is, if you do it right, it can be so profitable that it doesn't even matter if you make a mistake. For instance, with my first Amazon FBA business, I was making over $10,000 a month in profit, which means every single month that I delayed, every single month that I was stuck in analysis paralysis, that was another month that I lost out on $10,000. Because if I would have launched my Amazon business 3 months earlier, I would have made an extra $30,000. If I would have launched it 10 months earlier, I would have made an extra $100,000. And every single month that you're not working on your Amazon business, every single month that you're not launching your Amazon business, you're losing out on money that you could be making with your business. And I know that subscribers of this channel already know this, but let's say you had two different people. One person that was stuck in analysis paralysis, they were overly cautious, and they were overthinking every single decision. And then you had another person that was still putting time and attention into making decisions, but they were making quick decisions. And let's say that person number 2 was able to launch their Amazon business 3 months earlier. Now you might say, well, maybe the first person was able to avoid some mistakes, but the thing is, even if the second person made huge mistakes that maybe cost him $10,000, because he launched his business 3 months earlier, he still would make that extra $30,000 in profit, minus $10,000 for the mistake, so he still makes $20,000 more than the original person. Now, obviously you don't wanna make mistakes, but the biggest mistake is actually waiting, delaying, being stuck in analysis paralysis, because at the end of the day, that's the thing that costs people the most money, but they don't notice it because they're not actually having to pay the money out of their pocket. They're just missing out on potential profit. And before we get into mistake number 2, the reason I think it's so important for you to start taking action on your own passive income business is because starting my Amazon FBA business completely changed my life. I've been able to quit my job, travel the world, work when I want from wherever in the world I want. In fact, even right now, I'm able to run my Amazon businesses while living in this house that I bought on the beach in Mexico. And I was able to buy this house with the money I've made from my Amazon businesses. And a little over 9 years ago, I was stuck in a corporate job. I was depressed. I hated my life. I had no energy. I wasn't working hard. And so if I can quit my job and start this kind of a business and make over $100,000 per year in profit, I believe that you could do it too, and selling on Amazon could change your life. And that's why I talk about this so much on this channel. But I'm not saying it's going to be easy, so keep watching this video, because I've taught over 1,000 people how to sell on Amazon. I've seen what the most common mistakes are, and I'm basically condensing down 9 years worth of full-time e-commerce entrepreneur knowledge into this one video, sharing all the most common mistakes. And mistake number 2 is not understanding what kind of a product should you sell on Amazon. In fact, most people don't understand product research, and they're doing product research wrong. And for anyone that doesn't know, product research is how you find a product to sell on Amazon. And there is a lot of different ways to do product research. I'm gonna share with you the top 7 ways to do product research quickly in this video. But first, let me make it clear what you're looking for when you're trying to find a product to sell on Amazon. You wanna find a product that has the potential to make you a lot of money, meaning that it's gonna have a lot of potential sales volume, but at the same time, you wanna find a product that has a low amount of competition. Now, you can actually find out how much money any product on Amazon is making. All you have to do is go to that product page on Amazon, scroll down to the best-selling rank number, copy that, and paste it in the free Jungle Scout Sales Estimator tool, and it will tell you how many units are being sold of that product per month. Then multiply that by the cost of the product, and you'll know how much revenue per month that product is making. Now, an even easier way to do this is to download the free Helium 10 Chrome extension, then go to the product page, click on it, click on X-ray, and it'll tell you in revenue how much that product is making. But that's only half the battle. The other thing you want to see is how much competition the product that you're going to be selling is going to have on Amazon. And it's important to remember that Amazon is a search engine. People go to Amazon to search for things that they want to buy. And your goal as a seller is to come up at the top of the search results, because the product that comes up at the top of the search results gets most of the sales on Amazon. Then the second product gets less, the third product gets less, and by the time you're on page 2, 3, or 4, you're barely getting any sales. So really the secret is to find a phrase that a lot of people are searching in Amazon every single month because they want to buy that product. Then try to rank at the top of the Amazon search results. If you can do this, you're gonna make a lot of money. And the best thing about Amazon FBA is it is a passive income business, because the way that Amazon FBA works is you buy the inventory that you wanna sell on Amazon, you send it into the Amazon warehouse, and Amazon handles the fulfillment. FBA stands for Fulfilled by Amazon, meaning every time you get an order on their website, Amazon is packing and shipping out your product for you. And since Amazon has 148 million Prime customers, that's a lot of people that are going to Amazon every single month searching for things that they want to buy. They're going to find your product, then Amazon's going to ship it out. And during this whole process, you're not really having to do a lot of work. Yes, it's going to take some hard work to get your Amazon business up and running, but once it's up and running, it's relatively easy to maintain your business. But still, most people make a mistake because they pick the wrong product to sell. So pay attention, because I'm going to share with you the top 7 ways to actually find a product to sell on Amazon that's going to make you a lot of money. And the first method is to use the keyword method. And this is where you use a tool called the Magnet 2 tool. This is a tool by Helium 10 that allows you to see exactly how many times per month any phrase on Amazon is being searched. Once you find a phrase that's being searched often on Amazon, you're gonna search that phrase in Amazon and see if there's products that are already being sold for this phrase. And what you're looking for is something that people are searching often in Amazon, but when you go to Amazon, there's no products like that being sold. And I use the keyword method to find this product, and this product has made almost $150,000 in sales just in the first 3 months of it being sold on Amazon. And we just launched this product, so this product research method is a hot method that works really well. And I did a full-length product research tutorial video that I'll link up here where I go in depth about this product research method. The second method is to use Blackbox, and the third product research method is to use Cerebro. These are both tools that you can use to do product research, and these are tools that Helium 10 has made. And this video is not sponsored by Helium 10. You don't need to pay for product research software, but the thing is, it does help. It's gonna make it a little bit faster for you to do product research. And if you do wanna use Helium 10, I do have a discount code that'll get you 50% off. But if you don't wanna pay for a product research tool, you can still use the Amazon bestseller list. You can do the Amazon search bar product research method. You can use the tools that are provided free by Google, or even use my favorite method, which is the passion product method for finding a product. And I talk about how to do all those product research methods in depth in the tutorial I'll link up above. But when looking for a product to sell on Amazon, here is the checklist that I like to follow. I always like to make sure that a product is easy to ship. Ideally, you don't want to try to sell a product that weighs over 2 pounds, because then it's going to start costing a lot of money in Amazon FBA shipping fees. You also want to make sure your product's not going to break during shipping. And I actually lost $10,000 selling a product because this product would leak during shipping, and I had to throw away half of my production run. I spent $10,000 on a production run. I sold about 1,000 units, and the other 1,000 units I had to throw away. Now, the good thing is, even though I made this really big mistake where I sold the wrong product, I still broke even because the 1,000 products that I sold ended up making me enough money to cover the entire production run. And this is an example of where I made a major mistake, but it ended up not really mattering. I still ended up breaking even, and I learned a very valuable lesson that I should not try to sell my product in glass jars because they would leak and break during shipping. So do not sell products that are going to easily break during shipping. You also want to make sure the product that you're going to sell has high search volume, because if nobody is searching for your product in Amazon, no one is going to find your product on Amazon. You also ideally want to sell a premium product that is brandable, because if you're able to create a brand around your product and able to sell the best product on the market, you can charge more money for your product, which ultimately means more profit for you. But by far the biggest thing I've realized you need when selling a product on Amazon, if you want to make a lot of money, is this right here. Because when I first quit my corporate job, I started a dance clothing company, something that I didn't care about, I didn't know, I didn't really understand this company, but the numbers made sense. But it wasn't until I started selling a product that I was actually passionate about, that I was excited to work on, that I was able to start making $100,000 per year. There's a lot more things that I look for when trying to find a product to sell on Amazon. I'll put a link down below to my entire Amazon FBA product research checklist, and I have a completely free Amazon FBA course, just click on the link down below. You're gonna get 6+ hours of step-by-step video lessons, plus the free product research checklist. Mistake number 3 that people make is trying to save money in the wrong mistakes. And I have 3 examples of how people try to save money, and it's actually a huge mistake. The first one cost me over $100,000, and that's because I decided for the first couple years to sell our products on Amazon using FBM instead of FBA. And FBM stands for Fulfilled by Merchant. This is where every time you get a sale on the Amazon platform, you have to pick, pack, and ship out the product to the customer yourself. And I thought by doing this, I was gonna be saving money because I'm not gonna have to pay for the Amazon FBA fulfillment fee. Well, I was completely wrong, because if you're shipping out the product yourself, not only do you have to pay for shipping, but you have to spend your time actually shipping the product, or you have to hire someone to do the shipping for you, which ends up costing more money than if you just pay for the Amazon FBA fulfillment fee. On top of that, and the bigger reason why you should do FBA instead of FBM is because when you use the FBA program, it makes it so that your product is Prime eligible. And when your product is Prime eligible, people are more likely to buy your product. As I already mentioned, there's over 148 million Prime customers. Those are people that are paying Amazon a fee every single year so that when they buy a product on Amazon, that product is gonna get shipped to them within 2 days. So that means they're more likely to buy a product if it's Prime eligible. And Amazon knows this. So if your product is Prime eligible, it's more likely to put it at the top of the search results. In fact, when I started selling our products using FBA instead of FBM, our sales went up 400 to 500% overnight. Mistake number 2 that people make because they're trying to save money is not paying for tools. As humans, we're able to use tools to make our life easier. Now, sometimes these tools cost some money. And a lot of times I have students come to me and say, well, I don't want to pay for these tools because it's a waste of money. But what I usually tell them is the amount of time that it's going to save you if you use this tool is absolutely insane. It's worth every single penny. And I was extremely guilty of this. When I first started my Amazon business, I was very cheap and I wanted to do everything myself. Now, again, you don't need to pay for these tools. For instance, Helium 10 has a free version that allows you to do 2 searches a day. And I actually have a student that used that method to find a product. Every single day, he would do his 2 searches, and he spent a couple months trying to find a product. Now he's doing over $100,000 in sales on Amazon. And the thing that I tell him is that if you would have just paid for this tool, you would have been able to make all that money 3 months earlier. And computers and software that run on computers are magic. They're able to multiply our productivity 10, 100, 1,000 times. But the most powerful way that you can spend your money if you really want to absolutely skyrocket your results, and the one thing that if I could go back in time and I could tell my past self one thing to not be cheap on, it's paying for help. Specifically, when you're learning a new skill like Amazon FBA, you should pay money to hire a coach to teach you step by step how to do the entire process. It's gonna make it so that you can launch your Amazon business way faster than if you tried to do it on your own. And if you hire an expert, they're gonna help you to avoid making a lot of mistakes that they've seen people make over and over again. Now, of course, you can subscribe to YouTube channels like mine where I share all the most common mistakes that Amazon sellers are making. But if you actually have a coach or a mentor that you can ask personalized questions to, that is way more powerful than just watching YouTube videos. And I do have an in-depth Amazon FBA mentoring program. I'll put a link down below if you want to join the waitlist for when I open it up next. The program comes with in-depth, step-by-step lessons and weekly Q&A calls with me and a bunch of other bonuses, but you can learn more about that if you click the link down below to join the waitlist. Mistake number 4 that new Amazon sellers make is not understanding the difference between revenue and profit. And they don't fully understand all the costs and Amazon FBA fees associated with starting an Amazon business. There is the Amazon selling fee, the Amazon FBA pick and pack fee, the cost of storage, the cost of actually producing your products, the cost of getting a business license, and a bunch of other random costs that people don't usually think about. And these costs can add up. And the problem is, most people on YouTube, most gurus are lying to you. They talk about how much revenue they make and they brag about how they made $1 million, but they never actually share with you how much profit they ended up making. For instance, this product has made over $1 million in sales on Amazon. But I didn't get to keep all that money. I didn't get to put it in my pocket. There was a lot of costs associated with selling my products on Amazon. First off, I had to buy all the products that I was going to sell on Amazon, and I spent a couple $100,000 just in manufacturing costs. There's also a 15% fee to sell on the Amazon platform. And I spent another couple $100,000 on that fee. There's also the Amazon FBA pick and pack fee, which we talked about earlier. This is the fee every time Amazon picks, packs, and ships out a product for you, and it includes all the shipping and handling. Another thing that a lot of people don't mention is how much money they spend in advertising. And I spent a lot of money with Amazon PPC. And Amazon PPC is a way for you to sell products on the Amazon platform, and it allows you to get your product to the top of the search results. And you pay Amazon every time someone clicks on your ad. That's why it's called pay-per-click advertising. And on average, sellers end up getting a 4x ROI. ROI means return on investment, meaning for every dollar that they spend on advertising costs, they end up getting $4 in sales. On top of all these fees, there's other Amazon fees like the storage fees, receiving fees, and a bunch of other Amazon fees. Plus, there's other expenses associated with running a business in general. For instance, I hired virtual assistants, people in the Philippines, for around $3 to $5 an hour to completely manage my Amazon business for me. And they took care of everything. They helped me order my products, they helped me deal with customer support, and once I got my business up and running and it was making money, I was able to replace myself and replace all the work I was doing on this Amazon business with virtual assistants, which made it so my business kept making me money, but I was able to spend my time traveling, doing the things I love, and just enjoying life. So in total, even though I've done over $1 million in revenue, I've only done around $400,000 in profit with this product on Amazon. So make sure you understand all the costs associated with running your Amazon business. I'll put a link to a video I did breaking down all the different Amazon FBA fees, things that most people will never tell you about. Mistake number 5 is working with the wrong manufacturer. And this mistake has cost me over $20,000. And I have a checklist of things you should look for when finding a manufacturer to create your Amazon product. You want to make sure they've been in business for a number of years. You also want to order a sample to make sure that they're selling high quality products. You're going to want to contact multiple different manufacturers to figure out who has the best price, and by doing this, it's going to allow you to negotiate with whoever your favorite manufacturer is. You want to ask them if they have any kind of startup fees or if there's any other hidden fees that they're not telling you about. You also want to make sure that they have low order lead times. And the lead time is how long from when you place your order till they're actually done with manufacturing. And this could sometimes take 1, 2, or 3 months if you work with the wrong manufacturer. And we'll talk about why this is so important later in this video. But here's a list of mistakes I've made with manufacturers. I'm going to share with you how much every single mistake cost me. Now, if you're not even sure how to find a manufacturer, I'll link a complete tutorial on how to find a manufacturer down below, but the process is really easy. You can go to websites like Alibaba.com or Thomasnet.com, and these websites have thousands of manufacturers that you could potentially work with. But I've had a lot of issues with manufacturing my product. The first production run I ever did for this product, my product, which is a nut butter that comes in little pouches, came to me, but there was no tear notch. So I had to hire people to cut tear notches individually on every single pouch, and this cost me over $2,000. The next production run that they sent me, a lot of the pouches didn't seal properly, so they were leaking and I had to throw them out. And on top of that, I had to hire people to clean all the pouches that were sealed properly, and this cost me $5,000. I also bought 2,000 units of my product in jars, but they weren't sealing properly, so they leaked. This cost me around $10,000. I also lost $5,000 because my manufacturer had a long lead time, and I'll talk about that later in this video. But one of the biggest manufacturing mistakes I ever made was working with the wrong manufacturer, and this cost me over $10,000. I had a manufacturer that basically scammed me out of money, and I talk about that in depth in this video, which I'll link down below in the description. I highly recommend checking out that video if you want to know how to avoid being scammed by a manufacturer. I also have that entire checklist of things that I look for in a manufacturer that I'll link down below in the free Amazon FBA course. Now, once you have your products manufactured, it's time for you to create your listing on the Amazon platform. And this is where mistake number 6 comes in. Most Amazon sellers, especially beginner Amazon sellers, have an unprofessional listing. It just doesn't look good. And the thing about selling on Amazon is when you're selling a product on Amazon, your customers can't pick up your product, look at it, and judge how good of a product it is. All they have to go by is the listing that you create. So if you create a professional listing that's polished and looks high quality, they're gonna think that your product is professional, high quality, and they're gonna be more likely to buy your product. Most people try to save money. They try to take photos of their product themselves. I do not recommend that. This is a place where you should invest a little bit of money in creating a very professional listing. And you can hire people to take photos of your product for around $25 to $50, or you can even get professional computer renderings of your product for around $50 to $100. And the cool thing about doing a computer rendering is you can do a lot of things with your product that you can't necessarily do with a photograph. For instance, with this product and this product that we're selling on Amazon, the way that the cards are fanned out, you couldn't really do easily if you were taking a traditional photo of this product. But even for my main Amazon product, we chose to do a computer rendering because we could get the lighting perfect. And I didn't even have to send the person that did this computer rendering the product. All I had to do was send them my design files and they were able to create this. And your main image is the most important part of your Amazon listing, because when someone goes to Amazon and does a search for your product, they're gonna get a list of a bunch of different products, and the main thing that they're gonna look at is that main image. They're also gonna be able to see the title, the price, and the number of reviews. Now, the number of reviews is probably the second most important thing, and we're gonna talk about how to get as many 5-star reviews as possible in the next section. But the only way to get a lot of reviews is to make it so people buy your product, and the only way people are gonna buy your product is if your listing looks professional. So make sure you have a good looking main image. I also recommend optimizing all your other images. Amazon allows you to add a lot of other images that even allow you to upload a video. You're also going to want to optimize your title, because the way that Amazon works is Amazon doesn't know what your product is about. It doesn't know what searches your product should show up for unless you tell it. And the way to tell Amazon what you want to show up in the search results for is take whatever someone might search in Amazon and make sure you add that in the title for your product. For instance, with my product, it's a keto nut butter product. People go to Amazon and they type in keto nut butter. And so I made sure and included the word keto nut butter in the title of my product. Amazon also gives you 5 bullet points, and this is another opportunity for you to add keywords that you'd like to rank for in the Amazon search results. In addition to that, the bullet points is a place where you can convince customers to buy your product. And I recommend talking about the benefits of your product. Explain to them why they should buy your product over the competitors, what makes your product so amazing. I also recommend always in the bullet points having a 100% money back guarantee, because the truth is all products on Amazon have a 30-day, 100% money back guarantee. So you might as well make it very clear to them that if they're not satisfied, they can get their money back. And this is gonna make it so they're more likely to buy your product. If you don't have the right launch strategy, you're probably not gonna see a lot of success with Amazon. And that is mistake number 7. Most new sellers on Amazon don't know that you're actually supposed to have a launch strategy around launching your product on Amazon. And as I mentioned, the key to having a lot of success with Amazon is to get your product to the top of the search results. And the way to get your product to the top of the search results is to make sure that your product has as many sales as possible from day one of you starting to sell your product on Amazon. Then you're also going to want to try to get as many reviews as possible. And this is a key part about selling on Amazon and making a lot of money with Amazon that most people miss. And this is how I was able to launch my product, and I was making over $10,000 in profit per month by my second month selling this product on Amazon. It's because I had a solid launch strategy. And since your goal is to get as many sales as possible from day one of selling your product, you have a few different ways to do this. Now, most people use Amazon PPC to launch their product. They pay money in advertising so that they can get as many sales as possible from day one. And that can work, and that's an okay strategy, but let me share with you my favorite way to get a ton of sales from day one, and it's not gonna cost you anything. And this is my secret method for selling products on Amazon. And this is the method that I teach people that join my Amazon FBA program how to use. And basically, the secret to this is you wanna build up an audience, build up a customer base, build up people that are interested in buying your product before you ever start selling on Amazon. So how do you do this? You can use things like social media, YouTube videos, influencer marketing. Basically what you want to try to do is get people interested in your product, try to collect their emails so that when you launch your product on Amazon, you're going to email everybody, you're going to share about it on social media, and you're going to get a ton of sales from day one. Amazon's going to see this. It's going to put you higher up in the search results, which means you're going to get even more sales, because as I mentioned, the higher up in the search results you are, the more sales you get, which since you're getting more sales is going to lead to you going up even higher in the search results. And this creates a snowball effect where you're going to go higher and higher in the search results and ultimately get more and more sales. sales. And if you do this properly, if you create a tribe of people that are interested in your product before you launch, they're much more likely to actually go into Amazon and leave you a 5-star review, which is gonna lead to you getting a bunch of 5-star reviews, getting a really high rating for your Amazon product. Amazon's gonna see this, and guess what? They're gonna put you even higher up on the search results. And I'll talk more about how to do this and some mistakes people make with doing this when I get into mistake number 9. But pay attention to this next part, because this next mistake cost me $5,000 and it cost AJ over $100,000. And that is mistake number 8, which is inventory issues. One of the biggest questions I get from my students is how much inventory, how much of my product should I order for my first production run? And the problem is, if you order too much inventory, you're gonna have to pay a lot of Amazon FBA storage fees. You might even have to pay the dreaded long-term storage fees. On the other hand, if you order too little inventory, you run the risk of running out of inventory. And if you run out of inventory on Amazon, there's a chance that Amazon ends up blacklisting you or demoting your listing. Now, this is rare. Usually they're not gonna actually blacklist you. But if you run out of inventory and a competitor comes along and does have an inventory, there's a chance that they will end up outranking you even when you do get inventory back in stock. And when I first started selling this product on Amazon, I didn't realize how well it was gonna sell. So I didn't have enough inventory. So as I started seeing it selling, I started panicking and realizing that I was about to run out of inventory. I contacted my manufacturer and I said, I need to order more inventory right away. And what they told me is, sure, we can put in the order, but guess what? There is a little bit of a lead time. And the lead time was around 1 month is what they told me. And again, the lead time is how long from when you place the order till they're done and they're finished with the order. And remember, even when your manufacturer is finished with the order, you still have to get it shipped from your manufacturer into the Amazon warehouse. And once it gets into the Amazon warehouse, it takes some time for them to process it and to actually check in the inventory before you're back in stock on Amazon. And this whole process took me a couple months, so I ended up being out of inventory for a little bit of time. This ended up costing me over $5,000 in lost opportunity, because if I would have been in stock, I would have sold all those products, I would have made over $5,000. But an even crazier example of this is AJ. And AJ was a bartender for 10 years. He ended up losing his job during the pandemic. He joined my Amazon FBA program, and I gave him the idea for cocktail cards. And we partnered on this product called Cocktail Cards. And within his first 2 hours of selling on Amazon, he did over $5,000 of sales. He sold out of all his inventory, and he was out of inventory for the next several months. And we did the math. Because we ran out of inventory, during those 3 months, we lost out on at least $100,000 worth of sales. But on the other side of the equation, having too much inventory can also be a bad thing. I created a cacao version of my product and I wasn't able to sell it fast enough. And this product ended up expiring. I ended up having to throw out a lot of the inventory. But luckily I was able to sell over $80,000 worth of this product. And after the startup cost, the Amazon FBA fees, the production cost, all the different costs associated with it, I was still able to make over $8,000 in profit of the units I was able to sell. But it still hurts that I had to throw away so much inventory that I paid a lot of money for. So how do you know how much inventory to order? Well, if this video gets 1,000 likes, I'll do an in-depth video talking about how much inventory you should order for your first production run on Amazon. Mistake number 9 is relying on Amazon. And Amazon is a $1.6 trillion company that allows you to sell products on their website. Last year, there was over $400 billion in e-commerce sales done on their website, and 2/3 of all those sales came from third-party sellers. That's people like you and me selling on the Amazon platform. And one thing that a lot of people don't realize is 50% of all the products that are sold online in the United States are sold on Amazon. So this is a huge opportunity, and you can make a lot of money selling products on Amazon, but a huge mistake that so many people make is relying too much on Amazon. But Amazon can ban your account, ban your product, and make it so you have to stop selling on their platform whenever they want, because it is, at the end of the day, their platform. And that's why my main focus and what I like to teach on this channel is how to create a passion product. And Amazon is just one way that you can sell your passion product. It's one platform. It is the easiest platform. It is the biggest opportunity. But if you only focus on Amazon, you're missing out on a lot of opportunity, because 50% of all e-commerce sales happen on Amazon. But guess what? 50% of all e-commerce sales also happen off of Amazon. So what you should do is create your own website, and you can use tools like Shopify or WooCommerce to create a website where you can sell your product, where you control everything, and on top of that, you don't have to pay the Amazon selling fee. And if you're creating a passion product, you can also sell your product in places like Walmart.com. Or if you really want to make a lot of money, you can start selling your product in retail stores. You can go into Costco, Walmart, any kind of like mom and pop brick and mortar stores. If you're selling a unique product that people actually want, it's not that hard to get into retail stores. And that's how most really big businesses make most of their money, is through wholesaling their product to stores. And that's one of the reasons why I don't recommend doing boring private label. And private label is something that used to work really well on Amazon 3, 4, 5 years ago. That's where you take a generic product, put your brand on it, and you sell it on Amazon. The problem is Amazon is too saturated to do that anymore. There's 4,000 new sellers joining Amazon every day, and Amazon already has over 1 million active sellers. Now, the good thing is 43% of Amazon sellers have made at least $100,000 by selling products on Amazon. So despite what people say, Amazon is not too saturated. The reason that a lot of people think that Amazon is too saturated is because they're selling the same boring private label products as everybody else, so they're not able to have success on this platform. And one secret to make a lot of money with Amazon is to use things like social media to drive people to your Amazon listing, and this is going to increase your sales like crazy. The big mistake that a lot of people make is think that the only people that are going to buy their product are people that are actually going into Amazon and typing specifically to go find their product. And that's one way to do it, and that can work, but you can 10x your sales if you use things like social media. And that's what AJ did, and that's how he's been able to do almost $150,000 in his first 3 months selling this product on Amazon. But don't think that you have to do social media to have success on Amazon. I've had students like Brent, Jeremy, and AK, and they've all done over 6 figures selling their products on Amazon. But now let's talk about the single deadliest mistake that new Amazon FBA sellers make. And when I first quit my corporate job to start my first e-commerce company, I struggled for years trying to make money online. I tried out a lot of different things, and most things didn't work. And it wasn't until I launched my first passion product that I was able to hit my goal of making $100,000 of passive income profit from a business. And before I get into mistake number 10, the truth is you'll probably have more success than me, and you'll probably get success a lot faster than I did. Because you're watching this video right now, you're learning from mistakes. When I started selling on Amazon, there wasn't anybody making YouTube videos about this entire process. So you have a huge advantage. And I recommend going back, rewatching this video, taking notes, and really paying attention to all these common mistakes, because I've worked with over 1,000 people. I've seen patterns. And the biggest mistake I see new entrepreneurs making is giving up. In the long run, I guarantee if you keep trying, you're going to succeed. When I first quit my corporate job, everybody was telling me I'm making a mistake. Everybody would say 4 out of 5 businesses fail. And you know what my answer to them was? Well, cool. I guess I'll just start 5 businesses. And statistically, one of them should succeed, right? And that is the attitude you need to have success with entrepreneurship. Your first business might fail, but you're going to learn from your mistakes, and then your next business is going to be that much better. Now, it's not going to always be easy. There's going to be times where you doubt yourself, where you want to quit, where you want to go back and just do the safe thing and get a job. And in the long run, if you keep going, keep trying, I guarantee you're going to succeed. And one of the best things you can do to guarantee success is to have people around you that are keeping you accountable, that are helping you when you feel down. So I recommend sharing this video with someone that you think could benefit from creating passive income. And if you don't have a group of people around you that have similar goals to you, I recommend you find people that are also trying to start an Amazon business. That's one of the reasons why with my Amazon FBA program, I pair everybody up with an accountability. And what I'm trying to do with the Passion Products Formula is create a community of like-minded people that can all help each other out to have success. Because if you want to guarantee success, find a community, find a tribe of other people where you have a shared goal, and you're gonna get success so much faster than if you try to do it on your own. And I am gonna be doing an Amazon FBA event. If you wanna meet like-minded people in person, click on this video right here. I talk in depth about this event. It's going to be a 3-day event where I'm gonna have Amazon FBA experts come and share with you every single step of how you can start a $100,000 per year Amazon FBA business. Plus, you're gonna get to meet in person a lot of really amazing Amazon FBA sellers. So click on that video to learn more about the live event, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.